Welcome to this epic disaster. Another show in this long history of podcast.
It's been a long time.
Really, it's been 1 week, but it seems like...
No, I mean that we've been doing this.
Oh, well, that's kind of long. 4 years,
yeah.
I think, something like that.
I mean, for us, that's a commitment.
It's a lot of things, a lot of planning, maybe a lot of meetings, and a lot of beer.
And we're going to have another one today.
We're going to have another beer. Now, if you're new to the podcast, we do a live beer review every show.
Yep.
Now, that means that we open a beer. We've never had this beer before on the show.
Nope.
We drink it while we're doing the podcast. At the end of the podcast, we'll tell you what we think about it. This is a beer we just picked out.
I'll tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is. It's from Highwire Brewing. We've had some of their stuff before. Mm-hmm. Pop it. All right. It is clearly in a can. It is a sour smoothie. It is a double cherry. Yep. It's a tart wheat ale brewed with sweet and tart cherries, vanilla, and lactose. So it's going to have one of those super yummy, like, mouth feels.
I don't believe it. I've been
That's what lactose does.
I've been let down by too many of the sours we've had on the show. They say all of this wonderful stuff, and then you drink it and it tastes like every sour we've had on the show.
All right.
I'm
I'll
hoping...
give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay. I'm hoping that this one is different. I would love to taste cherry. I would love to taste vanilla. I would love to taste some lactose. I just don't think I'm gonna.
All right. It's got 5.5% alcohol by volume.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
5.5% alcohol by volume.
No.
You want something a little stronger, don't you?
Oops.
That was the wrong one. It's brewed and canned by the Three Ring Brewing Company out of Asheville, North Carolina for Highwire Brewing.
All right. So, I'm not judging it yet. I'm holding it up against all the other sours we've had.
Well, yeah, that's not fair.
And I'm guessing now we've had some good sours.
Yes.
But they've all tasted kind of the same. And every once in a while, one will shine and we'll be like, this is the perfect sour. So maybe this will be the one.
Did you smell it yet?
It smells like every sour we ever had. But that's not important. It's the taste. So let's taste it.
Do you smell something odd, though, or different?
That's just you.
No, that's okay. I'll give you that, too. Really? That's a disappointed Rick face.
Slightly. There's something there that's a little different. It actually, the first time
I like it.
It tasted a little like wine.
Yes, very much.
Why? When the first taste.
It sort of tastes like a sweet rosé, which is not my favorite.
Yeah.
But what's funny is I would drink this over a sweet rosé any day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a little different, so I'm gonna give it the show.
All right, let's do it.
Another
thing that we do on the podcast every single week is play a game.
Oh, we do. Now you're saying this because you want to get this game over with?
Let's get this game over with.
All right.
Because what happens is we get to chatting and then we're halfway through and
That's
we're like,
okay.
oh no.
We're allowed to chat before we play a game.
All right.
We're allowed.
I mean, that's what
But
do.
you've already talked about it, so let's go. So
you go first.
I'll throw.
So it's a would you rather type of a game, and we have these colored stones, and whatever stone you drop, that's the color coded question you get.
All right, so here's the thing. I try to guess a color. I'm right most of the time. Every once in a while, I'll get it wrong. But here's what I've discovered.
What?
I never guess the color purple.
Guess it.
I never do.
Because you get purple a lot.
Yeah, so I'm going to guess purple today.
And you got green.
Green.
Yay. So green is ethics and intellect.
Oh, okay.
It's a long question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather tell a person that you are not close to and don't like that much, but have known for years, that you are sick and can't go out with them, and then run into them that same night?
Okay.
Or would you rather be honest and say you really don't like them or their friends?
Well, I wouldn't be that honest. I would never.
I mean, you would do it in your own way.
Well, there's several things here. If I don't like them, why are they my friend? Or why do I
Well,
kind of know them?
you've
Why
known
am I
them-
hanging out with them?
Yeah. Why are they even expecting you to hang out with them?
I just don't think that,
But what if this is like, I know how you feel about nostalgia.
Yeah.
So what if this is like one of your high school friends / acquaintances that comes to Atlanta and they're like, hey, Rick, remember that time in band camp? You want to go out and have a beer and some dinner? What would you say?
Immediately, I would say no. If I didn't want to. If it was somebody that I could tolerate, or I was like, I'd listen to a story or two, whatever, I'll go ahead and do that. Most likely, I think I would say no.
Yeah.
I would just be like, I'm busy. I can't.
Yeah.
Whatever. I wouldn't say I don't like you or your friends.
That's a little rude.
I don't see any reason to say that.
There's no, you gain nothing by saying that.
Right.
I even read a Miss Manners, because I've been reading the Miss Manners lately, because
really?
I need me some manners.
Yeah.
So I've been reading the Miss Manners, and I read one where it was a similar question, and she just said, just keep saying you're busy.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll get it.
Yeah. I mean,
and you don't have to say, specifically, no, I don't like you or your friends. Just, every time they invite you to something that you don't want to go to, you're busy. And you could be busy sitting on the couch watching a movie.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
I've lived in a city before where I had a friend who lived there. And I always kind of dreaded that I would run into this person.
Yeah.
It was a person who I used to be friends with and pretty good friends. But it's like now I have nothing in common with this person.
Right.
And I'm just like, what we would be doing is just getting together and chatting about
the old days.
And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I always kind of dreaded running into that person. And I always thought if that person called me or I did finally see them or whatever, I would just say, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not. But then I was like, how would I keep putting it off? Especially if I had to tell them I was living in the city again. How would I keep putting that off?
You're busy.
You have to keep saying it. Fortunately, I didn't have
Either
to.
They'll get it or they won't.
Yeah.
And mostly they will. I had a similar experience, sort of, kind of, where I knew somebody in Alaska when I lived there. I knew her for, a handful of years. And there was some weird tension because of something with her ex that wasn't at all true or what she thought it was, involving me and her ex at all. And but she was super rude to me the last few times I saw her in Alaska, even after she found out that she was incorrect in her assumptions. But I didn't make any efforts to I forgive you. I didn't, because I'm like, no, you just ran to a judgment and got all pissy with me. So no. But I didn't have anything against her. I wasn't if I ran into her, I wouldn't be like, "Ew, go away," or anything like that. I'm at Six Flags here in Atlanta a couple years ago. There she is in line.
Oh, wow.
It was the weirdest thing.
Did you act like you weren't you?
No. I said,
hi, Cheri. You're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, she didn't say hi to me at all. I said hi to her.
Oh.
And at first, that look of recognition crossed her face. And then it was like, oh, hi.
No. So you were the one she didn't want to talk to.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. She's like, if I ever see that girl, I'm never talking to her.
And then I was just like, man, I get it. Never mind. We weren't friends really anyways. So
have you ever had a long-term relationship with someone's ex that you know?
No, I have not. I've had a one-night stand with somebody's ex that I know.
Was it because they were an ex where he was like, I gotta know what that's like?
No, it was not.
Or it just happened?
It just happened.
Oh, okay.
And nobody regretted it. And we just decided it wouldn't happen again. And that was that. And we were adults about it.
I don't even know. I mean, it probably exists, but I don't even know of an ex's ex
right
that I would want to go out with. Well, that doesn't even make sense because I have to be
you
gay,
would.
right? And Laura, she would have to.
Right.
An ex's ex I wouldn't go out with unless it was a woman.
Right. And most of your exes are heterosexual.
They have been, I think.
For the most part.
Unless I turn them.
I mean.
I don't know.
You may have. I don't know.
I guess ex's best friend. I guess maybe that would make more sense.
That would be a little. Yeah, I could see that being awkward as well. Not much for you, but for the best friend.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, so I had a situation where after when I was single, between relationships,
right,
and I have she's still my friend. a friend who was single as well, and we started talking about the possibility of going out and dating. And she knew my ex, and she was like, I don't know that I could do that because I would be afraid that she would get mad.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm single. I'm not with that person anymore.
Right.
Why do you care?
Right. But sometimes between, especially women, sometimes between friends, you'll find that exes are off limits.
I guess. I mean, she was kind of friends with my ex, so it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And for the best, I'm sure.
Well, you're with your wife now, so clearly it's for the best.
Yeah.
All right, it's my turn to drop a stone.
You're
and
dropping?
for you to read to me.
All right, we'll do that.
Read me a bedtime story.
Drop a red one.
It's green again.
Also green.
Also ethics and intellect.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather be the parent of a serial killer? That's interesting. Or the parent of a victim of a serial killer. Oh, that's nasty.
Those are horrible, horrible options.
Yeah, but yeah.
I read a lot of true crime, and I watch a lot of like ID Channel and crime documentaries and things of that nature. And I feel for these people on all sides. Like, if you found out that your niece or something was, wherever she is killing people, you'd be like.
And people blame the family for it. It's just like, look, I didn't do it.
It's like,
that's their
how
choice.
did you not know? How did you not know? Stuff like that. Now, I'll tell you what, there are signs to, possible future serial killers, like things like destructive behavior, arson, hurting animals. When people are young, those are big, big signs. Like those are telltale tales. So I just wonder if I were a parent, because I'm not, if I were a parent, would I see those things? Like, okay, if I saw my kid being destructive, first of all, they'd get, in trouble. Yeah. If I saw my kid setting fires, I would take them to the police station. And if I saw my kid hurting an animal, we're going to have a problem. So would I notice it though? Would I actually see it happening? Would they be able to hide it? I don't know. So if I found out that my kid, as an adult or a teenager or whatever it were, had killed multiple people, I would wonder, how did I not see that?
Okay.
But I don't do that to other people.
But the question is, would you rather be the parent of a serial killer,
right,
or one who has been killed by a serial killer?
If I were the parent of somebody who were murdered in any way, shape, or form, it would be horrific. Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of guilt, even though you probably didn't do anything.
It's like, what could I have done? Yeah. And then there's also going to be some survivor's guilt if you were anywhere near the situation. But I guess what I would think in that situation would be that I would hope that it was quick, and painless.
You haven't answered the question.
I don't know. I don't know which would be worse.
Two choices.
Which would be better?
You got to pick.
I guess I'd rather be the parent of somebody who were murdered by a serial killer.
Well, but if you're the serial killer's parents, they're at least alive.
Still alive, and you could still see them. Yeah. And maybe they could change for the better.
And even though it's horrible, whatever, they're paying for their crime, they're in jail, whatever. And your kid, if they were, you would always have nightmares on how they were killed or what happened.
You're right. You're right.
I guess, would you rather be the parent of a dog that kills a little kid, or would you rather be the parent of a kid that a dog has killed?
Oof.
Put it in those terms, because you might.
But that's not the question.
No, I'm just saying maybe you understand it a little better.
I do understand it a little bit better.
Yeah.
The problem with that is it would be opposite. It would be not opposite, but it would be a completely different situation because the authorities would put that dog down.
Probably, yeah, sure.
So now, parent,
a serial killer is often put down too.
Years and years and years later.
Yeah. Have you ever seen interviews with Jeffrey Dahmer's dad?
Yeah.
I always feel so sorry for him because he didn't know, and he was, he has guilt.
Yes.
He has sadness, all the stuff. I don't think he had a clue all of it was going on. and then there's somebody else's. I want to say it was Mark David Chapman's dad, I think. Who was it? He killed. Was he the one that killed John Lennon? Mark David Chapman?
I don't know. I'm bad with names.
So anyway, doesn't matter.
Anyway,
I don't want to make them famous.
Tangent. No, we don't want to talk about the killers themselves. We want to uplift the victims.
Those are quick and easy.
Yeah.
Sort of quick, sort of easy.
So that's the game that we play every week, and sometimes it turns into a conversation, and sometimes it's just a simple yes or no.
So this week, I did finally, open the art gallery. As you know, I've been working on an art gallery, putting it all together. This week, we finally opened the doors. We are not what I would call officially open, but we kind of are. There's still some legal stuff that's got to happen, but the doors are open, and people can come in and see art. And we got, for this week, I would say a decent amount of people came in.
Good. I'm glad.
I do hope, obviously, there's going to be a whole lot more, and I hope more art's going to be sold. Mm-hmm. But for the first week, I'm totally fine with it. We haven't done a lot of promotion on it yet.
Sure.
But when we do, I'd like to think that it's going to really do real well.
The website is not yet up, but when it is, you will let us know what that is.
I will, and we do have a Facebook page. We got Twitter and all that kind of stuff. The place is called the Rec Gallery, R-E-K. So if you go to Facebook or anything, look for Rec Gallery. That's it.
Yep, and it's in Lawrenceville. No, I'm sorry. It's in Tucker, Georgia, which is just outside the perimeter,
just east of Decatur.
Yeah,
which
just
is east Atlanta.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's easy to find.
Totally.
It's right off the interstate.
Really easy to find. Yeah.
And I was in there today, and it's looking good.
Yeah.
Yep. So what we need some more artists who do smaller objects, things like 3D art.
We're getting those, working on
some jewelry.
The artists we focus on Southern artists and art, and I think we've got some leads, and it's going to be good. So if you want to come in and see if you're ever in the Atlanta area, you want to come in and see some good art, please look us up.
It's the place to be.
That's right.
So you were about to talk about something before we played our game, and I interrupted you. Is that what you were going to talk about? Okay, good. I didn't want for you to forget it because I know I do that a lot.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
I'm on the ball.
You are on the ball. What ball? Which one is it? Does it hurt? Should you get off of it? Don't sit on your balls. Public service announcement. The more you know. All right. Reminds me of a funny story. I had a friend whose genitalia was numb due to a procedure he had to have done. He sat on one of his balls. And he's just like, I can't, like, and he was also high as fuck because he just had this procedure, right? So he's like pulling his balls up before he sits down.
What?
Because he didn't want to sit on.
I think he just wanted to play with himself in front of you, and he told you all that stuff.
No, because it was numb. Like he couldn't.
I think he was making that up.
He wasn't. Trust me. I know what he had done.
It's like, that's why they call me numbnuts.
Oh, that would be funny. Yeah. Actually, if he had said that, that would have been funny. I would have laughed. Okay, so I have days of the week. Are we ready for that?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Days of the week, knowing, so we know what to be prepared for this week on each day of the week. That's correct. Mm-hmm.
So Monday, if I'm not mistaken, is the 12th.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know.
Let me double check. Yes. Okay. Monday is the 12th. And the 12th is National Simplicity Day.
Simplicity. So just
keep it simple.
Yeah. All right.
Just keep it simple.
I'm going to keep it so simple. I'm not even going to celebrate that day.
That's pretty simple.
That's how simple I'm going with it.
Pretty simple.
Yep.
Eat a boiled egg for breakfast. Don't go all out. Have water all day long.
I find a boiled egg is so much more energy and work than a fried egg.
Seriously?
Yeah, boiled egg, you got to watch it. You got to put it in the water. You got to wait for the water to boil. You got to peel it. You got to salt it. You got to eat it. Fried egg, just put it in the pan, heat it up, put it in the pan, done.
Here's what I do. Shit. Every week, I take a big pot, I boil water, I make 6 or 7, possibly 8 boiled eggs.
Okay.
I cool them off, I let them cool, I stick them in the fridge.
Okay.
I want a boiled egg, I reach in the fridge.
Yeah,
now I have a boiled egg.
Sure.
It's just not hot. Okay. That's the problem.
Well, a cold boiled egg is awesome.
Especially if it's deviled.
It's
heaven.
It's like Easter.
It's like yummy in my belly.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm starting to touch myself.
You know what's good in deviled eggs? Wasabi. Little wasabi.
Well, I make my horseradish deviled eggs that you love,
Awesome,
which
yep.
basically, if you get wasabi here in the United States, it is horseradish.
Pretty much.
So, yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
And olives.
No.
Got to put a little olive on top.
Okay, you can put an olive on top.
Little olive slice.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
no.
stuff.
Anyhow.
Some people chop up pickles and put in it. Did you ever do that?
I have not. I've eaten one. I don't care for it.
Like, it's almost like relish.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I love pickles, right? But I think the one I had like bread and butter pickles in it.
No.
That's disgusting.
No, get out of here.
Get out of here
Go
with those
home.
pickles. Take
Yeah.
your pickles
Don't
and go
celebrate
home.
your holidays with me.
No, don't you bring any eggs to this house.
That's no. You don't deserve
Disgusting,
any.
you people with your bread and butter crap. Sorry. We have feels about the bread and butter pickles. All right, so the next day, Tuesday, is the 13th, and it's National French Fry Day. Oh, man. Right?
So we're watching, I don't know if you've watched this. It's on Netflix. It's a cooking show. It's called High on the Hog. Have you seen this?
I haven't.
Dang, it's good. So basically, and I'm sorry, I don't know the people's names. I don't know what the guy does.
That's fine.
I think he's a chef, and my wife says he's from Atlanta. I don't know anything about him.
Uh-huh.
He reminds me a lot of Anthony Bourdain.
Okay.
As far as like personality-wise
Sure.
and knowledge. And the show even kind of reminds me stylistically of Anthony Bourdain.
Okay.
But what this show is about is going back and talking to chefs. It's talking about all of these dishes and foods that come from African American history.
Ooh.
An African American chef. So like the other night we were watching it, and they're talking about all of these dishes that George Washington's chef actually invented.
Yeah.
And or perfected, like macaroni and cheese.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about how like Martha Washington got all this credit for a bunch of dishes, and they were like, most likely the chef is probably the one who did it.
Yeah.
But he also perfected or made popular French fries.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, if you get a chance to watch it, it's so interesting. This guy, he goes and he talked to a lot of African American chefs now, and they go back and they talk about how they brought dishes into existence, and a lot of them came from Africa, where they came from. Like the okra. Didn't really exist until African Americans got here. And I don't even, I guess I would say Africans got here because they weren't Americans just yet.
No.
But they brought okra, and dang it. I mean, okra is so Southern. If you, I don't know if other people
I love okra.
Northerns, I don't know if Northerners eat a lot of okra.
The only way I ate
so good.
The only way I ate okra when I lived in Alaska was there was a company that made a gumbo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the soupy one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
New Orleans and Cajun stuff.
Yeah. Well, not the rice one, the soupy one. Is that the gumbo? Yeah, because the other one's jambalaya.
Yeah.
Okay, so they made a gumbo that had okra in it.
Yes.
And I was like, can you put extra okra in mine? Because I ordered from them
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
It's so slimy when that okra stuff.
Well, I loved it in soup, and then I moved down here and I tried some rando like deep fried okra, and I was like, no.
I love fried okra. It's like my second favorite to French fries as fried foods. But a few years ago, I met a girl. This is when I was dating. We went out, and she took me to this place. She was like, "You have to try their okra fries," and I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah.
And they were man, I'm just gonna wipe my mouth.
You're
so
dribbling.
they were like okra cut up into little slivers and grilled, and dang it, they were so good. Okra fries. You know what my wife's doing downstairs right now?
She's grilling okra.
She's grilling okra. We're going to have okra tonight.
I know.
Grilled okra. You cannot do better than that. It's just awesome. So okra fries, if you can get them, great. But all that stuff comes from the African American culture.
Yep.
And just watch this show, High on the Hog. They talk about how so much of the stuff that was even perfected by the African American chefs and then basically got stolen and popularized by other chefs, and they never even got credit for a lot of the stuff.
Of course not. What did they get credit for?
French fries, National French Fry Day. Remember the person who I can't remember who did it. He was George Washington's chef. My wife could tell you because she mentioned it today, and I totally forgot the person's name.
That's okay.
Not Hastings.
I bet it's on Google.
Is it Hastings? Is that his name?
I don't know.
Anyway.
First of all, I'm so horrible with names that I should know. And then here I am trying to.
Well, he's well known. I'd heard of his name before. I just didn't know what all he had done. But anyway, there you go.
French fries. How do you like your fries?
High on the Hog is the name of the show. It's awesome.
How do you like your fries?
Fries?
Yeah.
I like steak fries that are have a little bit of a crunchy coating, but are so tender inside. That are have some salt on the outside. Pepper is always an addition. A little bit of seasoned salt. And if you put sugar on them, I will punch you in the face.
I will too. I will punch you right in the face.
But everybody's doing that now. It's the new thing, sprinkling a little sugar on there.
Disgusting.
No.
Don't do it.
Don't. But it's hard to find restaurants with really good fries anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they put sugar in them.
Because they put sugar on them. Especially like curly fries. They're all covered in sugar. Why would you do that? No. It's supposed to be spicy.
No,
not sweet.
Don't.
Okay, so Wednesday. Wednesday is a big day, y'all.
Oh, yeah?
Wednesday, but not a whole lot to really talk about. It's funny that you mentioned mac and cheese because it's National Mac and Cheese Day.
That's good.
It is Wednesday. It's also National Grand Marnier Day.
Who?
Grand Marnier.
Why do I know that? Is that a wine?
It is an orange liqueur. You have it in your alcohol cabinet right now. So you can make cocktails with Grand Marnier. It's really good with bourbon.
All right.
And
Buffalo Trace.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I prefer not to mess with Buffalo Trace too much. Not too much.
I don't know.
But
you
Grand
can make
Marnier,
some good cocktails with it.
Being an orange liqueur, would go really well with most bourbons.
Okay.
I don't know what else it would go well with. I'll be honest with you.
My butt.
Maybe. I suppose you could use it in your butt.
I don't know.
I don't know that you'd want to.
In my butt.
And I wouldn't want to taste it.
People, speaking of that, kids get drunk by putting alcohol in their butt.
We've talked about that
and we shouldn't talk about it.
Ever again.
We should not even mention it on the show because it gives kids ideas. Kids, don't put alcohol in your butt.
You get so wasted so fast that you could kill yourself.
You could kill yourself
drinking
with your butt. Don't do it.
Don't drink with your ass. No. Don't do coffee that way either.
I do. That's how I drink my Shirley Temples.
In your butt.
Yeah, because I don't need the alcohol. I don't need the alcohol in my ass.
No.
I drink my Shirley Temple.
And then you drink straight vodka.
In my butt, yeah.
Through orally.
No, I don't do vodka. Shirley Temple only.
Okay. What do you do with the cherry? What do you do with the cherry?
That's none of your business. None of your business. I wouldn't tell you.
When I was little and I got Shirley Temples at the restaurant, my dad always told them to put extra cherries in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Do you know anybody who could tie a cherry stem in a knot?
My fucking sister.
Really?
My fucking sister could do it.
Yeah.
And she could do it at the age of 10.
Yeah.
And my dad was so proud of her. That was a big deal. And I would try and try and try, and I could never do it.
But you don't want that girl to blow you. Because...
Why?
You're tied in a knot.
I don't know. That's pretty... I
know that...
unless you have a super thin penis, it's not likely to happen.
I remember this is when I was really young. I did a play when I was a theater major, and I had to kiss this girl in the play. And I developed a crush on her. I was really had a big crush on her, and I had to kiss her every show, which was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And but she was just like one of those kisses, just like you part your hair. It was so good.
Oof.
And I found out years later that she could do that. You could give her a cherry sip, she'll put it in her mouth, and a split second she pulled it out. Yep. I don't know what she's doing in there. Well, I kind of do
because you kissed her
a little bit. I know. But and it just went in and it's done. How does that happen?
I don't know.
Jeez.
It's like a skill that I never gained.
No, I didn't. I don't know how to do it, but it's amazing.
I wonder if my sister could still do it.
I don't know, but I never thought about it. I bet there's a bunch of YouTube videos of
how to do it.
Yeah.
How could you show somebody
not
how to do
but
it?
People doing it.
Oh, I
you
see.
See it.
Yeah.
Try YouTube. There's a lot of sediment in this sour. I'm just now noticing.
I don't see any sediment.
Well, when I put it up, I thought I saw some.
Maybe it just came off your upper lip. You threw your sea monkeys in there.
All right, go for it. What's next?
I don't even remember where we were.
National tying cherries with your tongue.
National Grand Marnier Day. Wednesday is also National Nude Day.
Really?
Yes.
Should we do let's do the show nude Wednesday.
We can't do the show on Wednesday.
Yeah. That's true.
Because you work late on Wednesday. You work now. You have a schedule now.
There comes a day in your life, and young people, you don't know this. I'm telling you right now. There comes a day in your life when you just don't look good nude. No matter what you do.
No matter what you do.
You just don't. So I remember when I was in my 40s, I could turn a certain way. I could get a little bit of light going, whatever. And I could be like, all right. That's okay. That's kind of cool. And then early 50s, maybe I could fool myself. But now, no. There's nothing I could do to make myself look nude.
Look nude? Or look good nude?
No, look nude.
Just look nude.
It's a totally different thing. It doesn't even look nude.
Now you look like you have a skin suit on.
You just look weird. That's why there's not a lot of grandpa and grandma sex videos.
You know,
that happens.
But
people just, sometimes, but it's rare.
Can I please restate that this is a body positive space, and that the only person that thinks Rick looks ugly nude is Rick?
So when I was, I believe 57, when I turned 57, I had. It wasn't a great body, but it was an okay, decent body. But I recognized at that time that it was like, that was it. It was like, this is not going, next year this will not be here. So I decided to do an art project. I decided to take a picture of myself nude and do a pencil sketch. And I started on it, and it never happened.
But it was coming out really well.
The art was, but it was just like... It was like a dick pic. It was just like, there's no reason for this to exist.
Oh.
Nobody's going to look at the art and go, that's great art. They're just going to be like, look at that old man's cock. I mean, that's all that it was. And I was just like, okay, no one's going to put this in a museum. And that's the thing. I got a gallery now. I can put my own naked pictures in the gallery. And people will have to look at it.
Well, no. They can
I'm going to force them to look at me nude.
Stare at that
Finally, I can tell the public. You're going to stare and you're going to like it.
Oh my God!
My hideous.
I'm gonna
tell you.
I'm gonna change the subject now.
Please, quickly.
Okay.
Change the subject.
Thursday the 15th. This is extremely important, people. We're changing gear now. We're going from cock to something very important.
Oh.
This is Pet Fire Safety Day.
Oh, don't. All right. This is one of my biggest fears in the world, and I just don't even want to think about it.
Okay, so then all I will say is that go to Amazon. If you don't already own this, go to Amazon or go to, I guess, one of your favorite pet stores online or whatever. Buy the little window clings that say, hey, there's a pet in here. Or there's two pets. It lets you write on it how much and who and where.
I think I don't think firemen show up at a house and go, well, I don't know if there's anybody in there. I don't think I'm going to try. I think they don't know if grandma or grandpa's in there or a baby or whatever. They're going to bust through and they're going to look. Now, maybe, they wouldn't look for a dog. I don't know. But I just don't know what that little cling thing does. I think a good fireman's gonna go look for something.
I agree with that. But what that cling thing does is like if your neighbor shows up first, maybe they can get in and get them.
I want a cling thing that says one neighbor is in my house.
Well, just random neighbor. There's a random neighbor in my house.
I'm sorry. This is one of my irrational fears.
I know.
And
it's mine too.
It will keep me awake, and it bugs the crap out of me, and I can't think about it. And it's just, I don't like spending a lot of time thinking about it.
Okay. Well, all the tips and tricks I found online, you are currently doing. So don't worry. You're doing everything right.
All right.
Okay. So,
you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, in certain areas. Okay, so we'll move on from that. But if you need information, please look it up. Google it. It's time to start thinking about these things, even if you don't want to.
All right.
All right. So the 16th is Friday.
Friday the 16th.
Now, this is confusing to me. It's
Woo, Friday the 16th. I feel like Friday the 16th needs its own theme song.
I think you just gave it one.
Woo. Okay.
We need someone to dub that, sample that into something for us. Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, so it's National Corn Fritters Day.
Corn fritters?
That's what my question is. A corn fritter a hush puppy?
No, I feel like it's more like kind of like a corn chip, isn't it?
No,
isn't it?
I didn't even look it up because I thought you'd know.
Get a picture. I thought you'd
know.
Fritter. A fritter is more of a chippy kind of thing.
No, like think about an apple fritter. That's not a chip.
What is a apple fritter? It's
you get it at the donut shop.
It's like a pie?
No, it's like a fritter. It's
well,
like
look up apple or corn fritter.
It up. God, so
I'm not sure what a fritter is. Fritter.
I know it's fried.
Yeah, that's
Here
good.
we go. Corn fritters.
What's it look like? It's like a corn cake.
It looks like a tiny. It's like about the size of a
right.
hush
It's
puppy.
like a hush puppy. Almost like a corn tot. Speaking of that, man, I saw today grit tots.
What?
No, I saw it on High on a Hog.
No.
Grit tots. Grit tots.
I love grit tots.
Those look really good. All right, corn fritters. That's basic. Is it like cornbread? It's like fried cornbread.
I guess so.
Maybe that's what Northerners call hush puppies. Do you know what hush puppies?
But that looks a lot different than the hush puppies I've had. Hush puppies are like more round.
Yeah, or sometimes they're like a little tiny wiener. I mean seriously.
Wiener.
So, and I found, because I always think this is funny, but hush puppies were invented like back in the South, in the old South, when the ladies were cooking dinner. And the dogs were in there bugging them, wanting to eat, like they do downstairs with my wife.
Yes.
They invented hush puppies to hush the puppy. They would just throw in some extra dough in the fat, and it would make a little puppy, and then they would just throw it to the dogs, and the dogs would take them off and eat them, and it would hush up the puppies. They were little hush puppies.
Are you sure?
Totally. Look
Is
it up.
that true? I'm not looking it up right now.
Wait a minute. I can't tell you if it's true, but I can tell you that is the story.
Oh, okay.
And I believe it. I have no reason not to believe it.
Okay.
It makes complete sense to me.
It does, but wouldn't you rather give them something fresh, like?
That is fresh. You throwing it in there?
No, I mean healthier.
The South didn't care about health back then. They were
Give
eating
them some
hog's
celery,
butt.
or give them some, broccoli.
Give me some more of that pig intestine.
I mean,
and
that's
just the healthy portion.
Listen to you making fun. Don't make fun. All right, so the 17th is Saturday, and these are two things I think should go together.
Oh, really?
It's National Lottery Day.
Okay.
And it's National Tattoo Day.
Tattoo and lottery.
So, in my opinion, the only way I'm ever going to finish this fucking tattoo is if I win the lottery.
Oh,
and
it's expensive.
It's expensive.
How much is a full arm, like an entire arm sleeve?
Well, this cost me $1,000.
Okay, so another.
I have a mini. If you
2,000 would fill it up.
Yeah, if you don't know me, I have a mini sleeve. It's from the wrist up almost to the elbow, and it was about a 15-hour job, but it cost me about $1,000. No, not at all.
Wait, no.
It hurt
not
right
at all.
there.
Don't say not at all.
That is the worst spot on the planet.
You have a needle going in your arm. It had to hurt some.
Well, yeah, but you know.
Okay, so don't say not at all. It hurt some.
You just said, did it hurt a lot? And I said, no, not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, you're right.
It hurts some.
It hurts some.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When are you getting yours?
Don't lie. We don't lie on our podcast.
When you getting your tattoo?
I'm not, but dang it, I would if I wasn't afraid of needles, and if I had.
If you won the lottery.
$6,000.
Right, yeah.
I would do both sleeves.
Oh, sure.
If I could go to sleep and wake up and they were done, I would have a sleeve like from my shoulder to my wrist on one side would be all of this scenery of Scotland.
Okay.
And the other one would be all the scenery of Ireland.
So
I would just do my
folks.
Scots-Irish. I'm more German than Scots-Irish, but fuck the Germans. I don't care.
God. Wow. We might have German people listening.
I don't care. So I just said I'm partly German.
Well, then
I'm
can you
German
at least
and also French. So
here's what I think you do. You do
you know
Scotland
what?
on one arm. You do Ireland on the other. You do Germany on one ass cheek and France on the other ass cheek.
No, I don't. No, I'm more English than French. So I would do English, but as someone who's more German than probably anything in my family, I think
You
and
just
probably
looked
English,
at your ancestry
German.
the other
I mean,
day.
European, whatever. But
Yeah.
but a lot of German. And I've just never been attracted to German culture, German icons, German art, and all that. So I just wouldn't want to. I don't necessarily want that.
You don't want to celebrate that part of yourself.
I'm just being silly when I say fuck Germany. It's not that.
Yeah.
It isn't that at all.
Yeah.
It's just something that I never totally identified with, even though it's a big part of my life.
Or celebrated.
Yeah. I mean, I've kind of been interested in the German castles and stuff, but generally just our German culture and art, just And even food and stuff hasn't necessarily been something that I've identified with
Yeah.
over the years.
I mean, German food is meat eccentric, so
well, everything in Europe is really
pretty much, yeah,
kinda.
yeah. Well, that's cool. So if we win the lottery, we're going to go get tattoos. But I was going to say, anybody listening,
I'm too old for a tattoo.
just listen. Anybody listening who is a tattoo artist or knows a tattoo artist, here is a job opportunity.
Oh wow.
Sedation tattooing. You just came up with it. You
What
said
is
if
it?
I could fall
But
asleep,
isn't that against the law?
if you're a doctor, you can sedate somebody.
But not tattoo them. But that's what I'm saying. A lot, like I think it's against the law to tattoo someone who's drunk.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so why wouldn't it be against the law to tattoo someone who's asleep?
Well, if you've scheduled it and paid for it, then you're expecting it.
I guess. But I mean, how do you sleep through that? I mean, well, like you said,
Sedation.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way I'm going to a dentist is if I go to a sedation dentist.
Right.
Because no, don't put your hand in my mouth. Don't touch my teeth. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So and if I could sleep through that, you can sleep through that.
I mean, that might be the only way I could do. Like I would like to for 5 minutes experience tattoo awake because I just want to know what it feels like.
It really just like if you were to take the tip of that pin and just scratch yourself,
Which I don't want to do.
really
that would
hard.
hurt. I'm a puss, man.
You are kind of a wuss, aren't
Yeah.
you? Don't say a puss because a puss is the strongest part on a woman's body.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the strongest part on a woman's body. I am a puss.
Wow.
That's right.
All
Don't
right.
you forget it.
Let's get to Sunday and get done with this.
All right.
Sunday. Now, this is not necessarily just June 18th.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the third Sunday in July. I'm sorry. Not necessarily July 18th. It is just the third Sunday in July. So whatever date it happens to fall on. And this
Okay.
year it's happening on Sunday the 18th. And it is National Ice Cream Day.
Nice.
I'm going for it. Oh, so pissed off.
Where are you going? Where are you getting
so
your ice
pissed
cream?
off. I don't, probably buttercream.
That's where you go.
That's where you go.
I'm kind of off of ice cream. We just went. We haven't been in a year.
Yeah.
We just went, and my wife had some, and I felt like a tool because I didn't have one bit of it. I was just like, I'm on a diet.
Wow. That's some willpower.
So, all right, this is a goal. I have a goal, and I'm not going to say what it is out loud, but I have a goal, and it is to fall down below a certain weight level. I am like 1.5 pounds from that.
Look
right
at
now.
you.
I've lost almost 20 pounds.
I know.
And I'm getting there, and so I'm just like, I'm not going to have that ice cream. I'm not going to
Because
do
that would send you down this road
Totally.
of evil
Yep.
and fat.
Yep. Not
Okay,
gonna do
so I bought a pint of ice cream at the store the other day because I'm not on that. I am on that path of evil and fat,
yeah.
and I was so pissed off. I
What?
bought the I think it's the Haagen-Dazs. It's bourbon, and I think your wife just had some of it here.
I think so.
The bourbon with the truffles in
Yes.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought it because I had tasted it here, and I got it home and I put it in the freezer. And I didn't want any for a couple of days, and then I opened it. The entire fucking thing was freezer burnt.
That's Haagen-Dazs. I'm not a big fan of Haagen-Dazs.
I mean,
don't know.
it completely freezer burnt.
Haagen-Dazs, it has like every Haagen-Dazs I've ever had has ice crystals in it. It's just
Yes.
not pleasant.
It's nasty.
I don't know what they use.
It might
and
be
what-
how they ship it. I don't know.
It's just not my favorite.
Mm-mm.
What we do is we get the Ben and Jerry's. It's not even a pint. What if it's that like
The little tiny one?
because
like-
there's like no calories. It's calorie
Well,
free.
there are actually calories.
No. This one is totally calorie free. You can have any ice cream you want. No calories. We get that.
Okay.
And if you eat 5 of them, it's great because there's no calories.
Nice. 5 of them would probably make a pint.
Is that it?
That's it. Those
You're
are the
done?
days, man. Now you know what to plan for.
All right. So speaking of no calories or whatever we're talking about, I don't know.
I don't know.
I have this news story which I've been wanting to talk about. A man filed a lawsuit over Hawaiian rolls. Do you ever have Hawaiian rolls?
My mom used to serve those sweet Hawaiian rolls at like Thanksgiving and
Totally.
Christmas.
That's usually when it happens.
I hated them.
He filed a lawsuit because he says they're not made in Hawaii.
Yeah. I know. What does he have to say about French fries?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What kind of dumbass is that? Does he really think Keebler cookies are made by elves? What the hell? Why would you waste money on a stupid lawsuit like that?
Oh God.
Do you think I think that they really think that the company's going to settle out of court and he's going
Yeah.
to make some money.
Yep.
And probably did. They probably did.
That's stupid.
But if I was the Hawaiian rolls attorney, first of all, what kind of life do you have if you're the attorney for Hawaiian rolls? Now, if I was that, I would be
a pretty simple life.
I would be so happy because you're going to win that lawsuit easily.
So when I brought up French fries, I have a better example because French fries don't come prepackaged and say French fries. Right.
Some of them do.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
And you can also find like those French fried onions and things like that.
Belgian waffles.
But if you find something with something on the label, French bread.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it wasn't made in France.
Right, dumbass.
It's made in my oven.
Right.
That's just stupid.
Spanish fly. I mean, it didn't come from Spain.
When's the last time you had Spanish fly?
Last night.
Oh, my God. No, you did not.
My wife's Spanish, by the way.
Well, you had her fly then.
All right. Well, anyway, that's my news story.
I like it. Is that all you got? Is
pretty
that
much?
News story?
We're rolling down.
I got some jokes for you, real quick.
What?
Yep, I'm gonna do some jokes because I haven't done jokes in like a long time, and
Thank God.
These are good.
I've been trying. No, there's no such thing.
There is. Let me put my glasses back on. These are glasses.
Oh, what happened to your glasses? They're gone. No, what
they're
happened?
Right here.
No.
Yep. Here we go. Here we go. Where to go? Here we go. All right. This is so funny. All right. Did you hear about the kidnapping at the high school?
Kidnapping at the high... This is hysterical.
No, it's okay. He woke up. I love it. Okay. No reaction from Rick. Oh, I got a horse the other day and I named him Mayo.
Mayo?
Yep, and sometimes mayonnaise.
I knew that was you were gonna say that.
Use these. I think people should use these.
Pony baloney.
Why do ducks have tail feathers?
Tail feathers?
Yes.
I don't know.
To cover their butt quacks. They got butt quacks. I don't think ducks actually have butt cracks.
Anyways, they just have holes.
It's just a hole.
Most animals only have holes. I think humans, not even monkeys. And I was reading about this the other day because I had nothing else better to do.
You were reading about butt cracks?
Humans have these big, well-developed muscular glutamus maximus.
Yes.
It's the biggest muscle in the body, and that's why we're able to stand upright because it holds up our backs, it holds up our legs. We're able to stand up, and no one else can do that. Monkeys, gorillas, whatever, gorillas. I've seen some gorillas with pretty nice asses.
Nice ass. Oh, God, yeah.
Muscular.
Oh, silverback with a nice butt.
And they could stand up straight, but
not for long,
a lot of chimps are bent over.
Yeah.
It's because they don't have the crack.
They can stand up and walk a little bit.
But most of the time they don't.
Most of the time they don't.
They don't have the cracks.
And if you think about it, look at their bodies. Like even the gorilla that you mentioned, they're top heavy.
Yeah.
So if you were to stand up on those short little legs with all that muscles on top, you'd want to fall over too.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another one for you.
Let's analyze all your jokes.
How do you make holy water?
But holy water?
No,
or
just
regular
water.
Holy water. I don't know.
You got to boil the hell out of it.
That's going to send you to heaven right there.
Okay, that's fine. Also, I just was recently diagnosed with a new fear.
I don't really believe this, but what do you mean?
It's a fear of giants.
A fear of giants? What do you mean by that?
Do you want to know what it's called?
What would that be called?
It's called fee-fi-phobia.
Stupid.
All right, last one, because
hold on. What did you say? What did you say just now?
Last one. Stop. Okay. Guess where I keep my dad jokes?
In your balls? I don't know.
In a database.
It's ridiculous.
But it's over and your suffering is now complete.
Thank goodness. All right.
Everybody else loves them.
Let's pretend that those last few minutes didn't happen.
Fuck you.
Let's pretend like that never happened.
All right.
And let's move on. All right. A couple of little things to talk about before we say goodbye to you. We are coming upon, as you know, our Halloween storytelling podcast.
Yes.
Which we do on a fairly... I don't think we did it last year. Maybe we did. Yes, we did.
Yes,
we did it
did.
with ESO, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
ESO Network. This year we're going to do it live. We're going to do it in person. In fact, you can come to Atlanta and watch it live and in person. It is going to be at the Rec Gallery, at my gallery. I can now come right out and I could say it. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to have a night. We don't know the exact date yet.
No.
We're working on that. Storytelling going to happen at the Rec Gallery.
Yep.
People come. You come in costume.
Yep.
Bring a pillow, a cot, something to lay on, a coffin. We don't care what you sleep in.
Yeah.
Bring it. Lay there. We will do the storytelling. It'll be very fun. Lots of fun.
We might offer some chairs. We're not sure.
There will probably be snacks available.
Yes.
And it should be a good fun. Just a good fun night of Halloween stories.
It will be a lot of fun.
The stories we need your help on. So please... start working on some stories, submit them, and you will get to hear them read out loud, which we will do.
Yes.
At the event. And
gotta start working on my voice.
Start working on your voice. Start working on the stories. Mm-hmm. And I'll get the gallery ready.
And we're gonna make it spooky too. We're gonna have like flickery ambient light going.
Now the theme this year is zombies. Coming back from the dead, zombies, and we're calling it the Art of the Dead because it's going to be at an art gallery. See how it works? So Art of the Dead will happen on a date, which we will tell you very soon. And storytelling, come on out. There'll be people there. Have a good time. If you're in the area, in the neighborhood.
And we're not going to do it on Halloween because y'all have your own things going on Halloween. We're not going to take that from you.
No. That's not Halloween night.
Yeah. And for those of you who aren't in the Atlanta area and can't make it to the Atlanta area, maybe we might be able to live it. Maybe.
What, live performance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like online.
I think we can.
I think we can.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So that's one thing. I have something to say.
And we're doing it nude. Are we doing it nude?
No, we're not doing it nude.
We're not doing it nude.
No, we're not doing it nude.
And we're not doing it nude.
Exactly.
We'll be in some sort of costume. What if my costume is nude?
I mean, you did say that you look like you're wearing a skin suit
That's
earlier.
That's what I'm saying. If I want to scare people truly, I will be
Show
nude.
up nude.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it. I have an apology to make.
Oh.
Yeah. So last week's episode, I was trying to remember the name of the Doctor Who podcast on ESO Network.
Oh, I know.
It is called Earth Station Who.
Now, didn't we actually figure it out?
I think we did.
I think we sort of did.
got there. I haven't listened yet, but I got a little bit of a wrist slap.
Well, you did, but here, in our defense, number one, we had a little bit of alcohol. Number two, it's one of those things that, I don't know if you've noticed it, but when you get in a room and someone can't remember something, it seems like everyone can't remember.
Yes.
And it was just this weird little brain thing. We know it very well.
Yes. And I love all the hosts. It's not like I don't ever want to go back again.
But you're not going to be
probably because he said to me straight up, he's like, "How do you not remember the name of a podcast that you've been on 3 times?" Yeah. I'm like, because I'm an ass? I mean, is that part of it? I think it's not that. I think it's just I'm getting old.
Well, no, it was one of those things, because I remembered it was Earth Station, and it had Who in it, and it was just like the order, like, I couldn't get there. The brain thing
I think we
did
did eventually get there.
Yeah.
But it took us a hot minute.
I think David Tennant, like, somehow possessed us and wouldn't let us do it.
I could be all right with that.
No, you would.
I mean... possess me. Elvis. I have been possessed by Elvis.
All right. So I think you've made amends.
I have.
Proper amends.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah. Love you.
Hopefully, I don't know. We haven't asked. Maybe a couple of them will come over and read some stories with us.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would like to have a lot of different stories and a lot of different readers.
Now, the theme is zombies, but your story doesn't necessarily have to be about zombies. Is that correct?
Well, it should have a zombie or a raising from the dead somewhere in the story. It doesn't have to be the central thing, although it can be.
Okay.
But somewhere in, like we used to do the kilt. When we did Life and Kilt, the kilt had to be somewhere in the story.
That's difficult
This
to
will be
work
the same.
in.
Yeah, kilt is really hard.
Yeah.
But and this one is just, and that's a lot easier. Something has to come back from the dead.
You know what would be fun?
What?
Would be an alien zombie.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Maybe.
Maybe I'll work that, and now somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah, that's your story.
Alien zombie.
Well, start working on them. That's why we're telling you now, because sometimes it takes a while to create these stories, and we would like for you to submit your stories. We'd like
please.
to see stories.
And do we have a deadline yet?
I would say in the 1st of October, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's good because we're going to need time to get familiar with your stories, read your stories, so that we can find where we need to be.
And that's why we're talking about it now, which seems so far away, but it really isn't.
It's not.
So anyway, let's say goodbye. Thanks to everyone listening to the podcast. You can find us on Facebook at This Epic Disaster, and we have a secret. I'm not even supposed to be telling you this right now.
How dare you?
A secret Facebook group. It's called the Disaster Baiters. The Disaster Baiters.
Thank you for clarifying that.
My lips don't work correctly. The Disaster Baiters, and you can go and you can find it. And now we had 2 people. I'm sure it was spam, who asked to be members, and I denied them. Neither of them English was not on their Facebook page anywhere, so I figured they wouldn't understand. But I also noticed that they were posting posts about products and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know they were trying to be on this. So we try to screen those people out.
We avoid that stuff.
Yes, but normal, regular people,
actual people,
we have no use for you either. We only want crazy disaster baiter listeners of the show, and all you have to do is ask to be a member, and you will get in. The other thing that you have to ask for is stickers. We got free stickers we will give you, and a
bunch of them.
Yeah. And other than that, just hang out with us on Facebook. We're also on Twitter. We're also on Instagram and YouTube. You can listen to the shows on YouTube.
We can't see us all the time, but you can listen to us.
Yeah. You can send us email at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. And please do.
Yes.
Tell us what you think of the show, any kind of suggestions, or if you just want to vent, we're here for you.
We'll listen.
We will listen. We will read and listen.
I gave Rick some really good relationship advice earlier today.
I think she did, although I don't remember what it is. I rarely listen to what she says, and I'm hoping that other people listen to what we say a lot more than what I listen to what she says.
Wow.
Speaking of listening to what you say, I'm very curious of what you say about this beer.
Okay, I'll tell you again what the beer is. It's back. It is a sour smoothie. It's a double cherry.
Yes.
It's a tart wheat ale brewed with sweet and tart cherries, vanilla, and lactose.
Ooh.
And it's part of their sour smoothie series.
Okay.
It's 5.5% alcohol. It is brewed and canned by the 3 Ring Brewing Company in Asheville, North Carolina, for Highwire Brewing. I like it. I think it's got a very tart flavor to it, which I really like. And, of course, it is a sour. It's not a sour that claims to be a sour but isn't sour.
Yeah.
But this actually has some cherry flavor to it.
I have to agree with you. Yes,
It's,
it does.
Sometimes you get a sour, especially, that one still pisses me off, that blueberry sour.
Yeah. And you know what? That was...
it was like 2 years ago.
But it was that... Everything else they make is incredible. They just didn't know how to do a sour.
They just blew it on that one, yeah.
Yep, they blueberried it.
Actually, they didn't blueberry it. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
This one I enjoy. I haven't finished it yet because I've been talking a lot. You have finished yours, I see.
Mine's gone.
It's very thirst quenching.
Totally.
Which I love.
But it's thirst... inducing. I really want another one.
Makes you want to drink more, yeah.
Totally, yeah.
And it's not super filling. It's not super carbonated, so it doesn't make you feel bloated.
Nope.
I don't get as much lactose as I would like.
I didn't get any.
It's like, why do you call it a smoothie if you're not going to really push that?
Well, it's another one of those smoothies that has, sours that have some things that they say is in it and you don't taste it.
Yeah, there's no punch of that. There's no mouth feel to it. But again, I enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 4.
Oh, wow. Okay. A 4 for you.
Because I would buy this. I would have this
Yeah.
in my house.
I'm giving it a 3. I liked it better than I thought I was going to like it. It's not heavy sour, but it is sour. But you can taste the flavors. You can taste the cherry in it. And it is enjoyable. Sometimes they're so sour that you just don't want to take another drink.
Yeah.
This one is well balanced, and I just think all around one of my favorite sours we've had on the show.
Tastes like something you might have with brunch.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
And honestly, like I said, it does have a little bit of a wine taste to it.
Yeah.
A slight wine taste. But definitely, you're not going to confuse it with wine. It's definitely a sour, but the sour is a little bit, I don't know, I would say balanced is a really good word for it.
Yes, let's use
everything
that.
is kind of
Let's
balanced.
use that. And then we'll take some words off of their can for them, like lactose and smoothie. We'll take
Yeah,
those words
I don't get that. Let's not call it that.
Okay.
All right, is that it?
We're done.
We're done. Let's go have some grilled okra.
Yes, let's do it.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week, next Monday.
Always Monday. Well, normally Monday.
I think we got snacks next week, don't we?
We should.
It's
We
just
should
a
have
snack show.
new snacks next week. We're going to
can't
do a
wait for that.
video this time because you
Yes.
said every other time we're going to do a video.
All right, we'll do a video.
So we're doing a video.
Okay.
And we got. I don't know where they're coming from yet.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll let you know. We'll eat.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. Let's eat now.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.